Hi, this is Edra Boyd, and I am going to discuss ISTE standards for teachers, or the International Society for Technology and Education standards for teachers. We have discussed a lot of things this semester, and as teachers, we need to learn how to properly integrate technology into the classroom. So the first slide we're going to talk about is to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. As teachers, we have to know how to use the knowledge that we have and combine that with technology so that the kids could so we can promote and support creative thinking, and the kids can invent different ideas and they can explore the real world using these digital tools. For example, the zooburst.com. As a class, we did not use this, but as a Web 2.0 assignment, we had to come up with some things that we could use in order to teach the class. And ZooBurst, I was really impressed with it, because not only could I use this tool to do, say, a science class where we want to teach, say, a habitat. The kids were able to download or upload pictures into a booklet form. You can also use this book, even though it says zoo and most of the items are about in that web page is about zoo animals or animals, but you can do some all about me where the kids were able to upload pictures and all of that. Also, the initial lesson plan. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna briefly go through let you see the ZooBurst digital tool. I'm going to my book, and this is just something I just roughly did real quickly. And as you can see, it's pop up, and so I was just playing around with it one day. As you can see, it actually pops up at you. And then I was saying, let's try actual pictures. So you can do photos, books for people in the family, like a family tree or all about me, anything. I just thought that this would be a good way to use it. So it's not only for the zoo, but you can upload your own pictures as well. In our initial lesson plan that we created a chart. In my lesson plan, the kids were able to go online and then create a chart whereby they did a life cycle of a butterfly. So they research information about the life cycle of a butterfly and then put the different stages down and a picture of it. So it's just tons and tons of ways for the kids to be creative, and along with the teacher. And so that was really good. So I think in standard 1 we were able to do all 4 of the sub subjects to make sure that we did facilitate and inspire student learning and for them to be creative. Our next slide deals with design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. As teachers, we have to evaluate learning experience, we're gonna have to assess that we are teaching them, and so the only way that we can do that is if we actually give them the lesson and then kind of have them to manage their own process goals. You can use rubrics and all of that, so that the kids know what they're gonna make, and then they have their own rubrics, so they'll know where they fall in line. If they know that they're supposed to have 10 items instead of 5 items, and they know they only did 50% of the work. So that is really good. In our field experience, we use technology to enrich the learning. For example, we had virtual games, but these were not just regular games. They were learning games. The students actually had to match up the names with the parts of the plant cell, and if they didn't get it right, it wouldn't fit, so it pops back up, and that was a good learning experience for them. You had to customize and personalize learning activities to the different diverse learning styles. So it was visual, it was hands-on, so the kids were able to actually learn. We create a visual PowerPoint, nice and bright, but to the point. I don't believe in a lot of extra stuff. It's to the point so that the kids can learn, and the learning was there. Not only did they play the games at their seat, we actually used the smart board where the kids would come one at a time and drag the name of the plant cell to label the plant cell. Once they finished that, if they had difficulty as individually on the board, then on the smart board, then all together collaboratively the kids would give the correct answer, so that the learning was fun. We just make sure that it was fun, but kind of creative. Also, with that, we use test mods. Now, test mods is another application or tool that wasn't necessarily taught in the course, but this is one of the tools that we had to research on our own, and we actually used this. And when we did our field experience, we were able to assess exactly what we had discussed in the classroom. So whatever our teaching, whatever we taught about plant cells, so we were able to give a test based on what we taught, not a standardized test, but a test on what we taught in the classroom. Although they did have an opportunity to label animal cells, which was taught in a previous class, and then there was a bacterial cell game on that same page, and some of the advanced students they wanted to test their knowledge to see if they could label the bacterial cells, and they did. But in test mods, we were able to assess exactly what was discussed, what they have learned according to our PowerPoint, our lesson plan. The next standard 3, is model digital age work and learning. Teachers exhibit knowledge, skills, and work process represented of an innovative, professional, and global digital society. In this one, you want to demonstrate the fluency of technology system and transfer knowledge, collaborate with students and parents and peers, and so on this, I could think of the web quest, especially the one of the Zuno web quest 2.0. I'm going to try to go to that now. And with this, I believe this one, you can actually use this in your lab, or you can send this one home. You can you can, again, you can either do this one in your lab or you can send it home. It was just be important to know to give the students this email, this website, and it'll go directly to it. And it's a way that the parents and the students can do the lesson at home. The parents can see exactly what needs to be done in your web quest. You have your test. Everything is outlined. Your evaluation, the rubric, and all of that is there. So there will be no. You just wouldn't have to worry about a lot of paperwork being sent home. Everything is there. And so your classwork, your standard, your curriculum, your words that you would need, the introduction to the lesson, and the actual work on what is expected of the child would be there. All the resources that is needed, and that's this one. You see, you would you just want to show the different stages of a butterfly. Let's get back to our PowerPoint. Our next slide, we want to promote in module digital citizenship and responsibility. Being teachers, we are responsible to teach safe and legal and ethical use of this digital information technology. We want to respect our copyright. And you want to also make sure that the kids are monitored and on the correct website. At the bottom of my slides, I hope that you all can see, I have the standards, and I have the standards. I've listed the standards on the slide, but at the bottom I do credit the trademark for that. We also can send parent consent form home. These consent forms are signed by the parent. They're going to have clear instructions as to what is expected of the child. We as teachers will consistently monitor the children, and we can always email the parents as to what is expected of each child when they are at home using the technology, to make sure the parents have the proper parental control on it at home, and we will monitor at school as well. Our last standard is engage in professional growth and leadership. This is important because teachers need to continuously improve their professional practice. Technology is the key, and especially these days. And there are so many different tools that we can use. There's so many different tools that we can use. And I had my last page. I keep jumping from this one, but we want to collaborate with our colleagues. We want to use videos to keep abreast of things. We want to use TeacherTube, professional development classes. All of these are a must for us, for teachers, to keep ourselves abreast with the different changes. The kids will pick up on different websites. They are always on computers, but as teachers we must learn how to properly integrate all of these things. And to do that, we must anytime you see professional development classes dealing with technology, we should sign up for them. Again, this is Edra Board. I really enjoyed this class. Hopefully everybody else enjoyed it, and we can use these things, these practices that we have learned, these standards that we have learned in our everyday classroom. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.